Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, WBZ News at 6 starts now with breaking news.
A young woman is dead after a car crashes into a home in Holbrook. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken McLeod.
And I'm Katie Brace. Police say just before 5 o'clock this morning, a car on Route 139 crossed into oncoming traffic, hit a utility pole, and then went through a yard and crashed into the back of a home on Kingsley Street. A passenger, 20-year-old Nicole Ricci of Stoughton, died from her injuries. The homeowner was away at the time, but received a text from a neighbor with a picture of the damage.
I'm coming home, and next thing you know, police, cops, the whole street's blocked off. There's a car in my dining room.
The other men in the car, 2 other men, were also injured. No one else was hurt. So far, police have not announced any charges in the investigation.
Tonight, the Boston Fire Department is mourning the loss of a comrade. Boston Fire announced today that active duty fire investigator Jamie Galarraza died last night from occupational cancer. Galarraza was 54 years old and a 31-year veteran of the department. He leaves behind a wife and 4 children. According to the International Association of Firefighters, cancer is to blame for 65% of job-related firefighter deaths during the last 15 years.
Developing tonight, thousands of firefighters are battling 3 major wildfires tearing through northern and southern California. So far, the 3 fires have killed at least 25 people.
And in Northern California, that number is expected to rise quickly because 110 people have been reported missing. Kim Hutcherson has the latest.
The fire in Butte County right now, in this fire, the rate of spread is exponentially more than it used to be.
Powerful and dry winds rolling into the already charred hillsides of California, raising concerns for crews battling 3 raging wildfires. In the north, the Camp Fire has destroyed more than 6,000 structures, making it the most destructive fire and the 3rd deadliest in the state's history.
Our place is still standing, and they're still trying to hold the line there, so we're grateful for that.
The flames wiped out the town of Paradise, where most of the bodies were found, some burned beyond recognition. Crews are moving into the blackened ruins to assess the damage and search for more bodies. In Southern California, the Woolsey and Hill fires have burned more than 90,000 acres combined. Roughly 200,000 people have been evacuated. On Sunday, some evacuees were allowed to return to what's left of their homes.
It's just nothing describes what you see here.
While a new round of evacuations were ordered for people in multiple LA County neighborhoods.
We realize that some folks are still in that Topanga area, and we just want to make sure that they understand that this is the time to leave at this point.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
On this Veterans Day, New England took time to pay tribute to those who have served our country. The State House, Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito led the state's Veterans Day ceremony. Across the street at the Boston Common, men dressed in Civil War uniforms paid tribute to the black soldiers who served in the 54th Massachusetts Regiment of the Union Army.
Developing tonight, Boston police respond to a threat made against a popular Boston gay bar. In a Facebook post, management at the Alley Bar say someone called last night asking for directions to the bar and then made a threat against the downtown business. Managers called Boston police as a precaution and say officers responded in minutes. They say the person who made the call has been identified by police. By the way, this same bar is raising money for a bartender who suffered a stroke while on the job.
Boston's newest member of Congress is on her way to Washington. Congresswoman-elect Ayanna Presley shared this picture on Twitter today, announcing she is headed to the nation's capital for freshman orientation. She also thanked her mother, Sandy Presley, and trailblazing Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm for inspiring her journey to Congress. Back in 1968, Chisholm was the first black woman ever elected to the House.
Well, Barry Burbank is talking about one solid rain day this week, and maybe one, you're already groaning.
Stop.
One snow day.
Stop, Ken. Let Barry talk. Don't say it.
Yeah, it's not highly confident just yet, Ken and Katie, but it looks like it could be in the works, in the making at the end of the week. First things first, let's talk about today. It was a nice day, albeit cold with that wind still blowing, but not as ferocious as yesterday afternoon. We got into the middle 40s around Boston, a little colder as you head out in Worcester County. So those were today's highs. Tomorrow's highs will be a little bit higher than that. Currently, we're in 43 in Boston as of 6 o'clock, but we're falling down in the 30s elsewhere, and there's plenty of cold air off to the north and west. So we're going to have to watch the next couple of storms. But I think the first storm we get on Tuesday will not contain any snow close to Boston whatsoever. But it'll be cold tonight, though, dropping down to the 20s in many spots and close to freezing in Boston. That's the first time this season. The lowest so far this year, 34. We might actually sneak down to 33 or 32. So cold tomorrow morning for sure. And a little bit milder tomorrow afternoon with the temperatures 3 to 4 or 5 degrees higher than they were today. So getting up to the upper 40s and maybe flirting with 50 in spots. Across the nation, there's a lot of cold air beginning to expand across the country. At the same time, it's going to be warm and beautiful in Florida, 86 in Orlando, but only 22 in Minneapolis tomorrow. There is energy diving southward, and it's actually starting to develop a low-pressure center in the western Gulf of Mexico. That will be our rainmaker for Tuesday. Much of that rain will be falling in the morning, but tonight it's just plain cold under a clear sky, and we got the clouds starting to show up a little bit by late tomorrow, but we'll have quite a bit of sunshine. The rain will be around here on Monday, and much of it will be all done by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just a few leftover showers after that. 1/2 to 1 inch of rain northwest of Boston, probably a bit more than an inch, maybe up to 1.5 inches down toward the Cape, so another fairly healthy rain producer for us. And the snow will be confined to the northern mountains, where a few inches will fall up there once again, like they got in the preceding storm. So it looks like that storm is moving along, but moving along fairly quickly. That'll be out of here. Once it moves by, it pulls in some very cold air from Canada. There'll be a lot of wind as well. Finally, on Thursday, the wind will relax, but then the next storm is forming down the coast. That'll come up, but look Friday morning. We've got snow here probably just west of the I-95 corridor, even extending down into northwest Rhode Island and northern Connecticut. At least that's the way it looks right now. I'll have to maybe fine-tune this through the week. But that'll be coming along and giving us, perhaps in areas which stay all snow way off to the north and west, a few inches of accumulation. That's on Friday, and then it clears out for the weekend. But very cold days on Wednesday and Thursday. Ken and Katie?
All right. Thanks, Barry. And thanks for logging on to CBSBoston.com.
Hope to see you tonight at 11:30 over on WBZ Channel 4 or at 8 on TV 38. Until then, we hope you have a great evening.